Okay, how we doing out there? First things first, my name is Kenneth Bird. I'm the creator of Supreme Ambient Light Rejection Screen Paint using ambient light rejection technology gain. Today, we're going to do a demonstration on white levels. Now, keep in mind, when it comes to the technology that we make, because it's darker, even with the gray screens that we develop and make, we have to do contrast levels on the gray screens because we know the gray screens are going to have the ability to be able to pull up. Make sure I got this right because last time I shut my phone off. When we do gray screens, now I have a gray screen downstairs called black silver, and the black silver technology we develop, we have to show contrast on that screen because we already know the screen is going to show beautiful colors. It's gray, so we have to show contrast levels on that screen. When it comes to the black screens, we have to show white levels because we know the black screen can produce white levels. But I don't see any demonstrations on this darker mix producing anything next to a white screen. So what are the difference between the white levels on a UV mix, the dark gray screen paint? What is the difference between that and a white surface? That's what I would like to see because you don't see that. All I see is a lot of demonstrations with this product in the dark. And keep in mind, we're going to be taking some other sample sheets too of the other screens and putting them against the white screen also too to show you that they're going to actually project better contrast levels next to white screens. So we're going to cover everything. So make sure we got enough juice to do the demonstration. We're using a 4,000 lumen crystal projector. There should be no problem. And because the projector is 720p, if anyone complains, it has to be 4K. And I wouldn't make that statement. I really wouldn't. It should show it regardless. All right, so first things first, we're going to paint this in. I think I already had this painted on here, but I'm not sure. But we're going to paint it over again just to show you that we are doing the demonstration correctly. Now, this is supposed to be the darkest product that you make. It looks almost black to me. Looks like you try to make a black screen paint. Now, why would you do that if you're actually against black screen paint? Why don't you try to make one? Well, let's paint this out and see. All right, maybe that's my technique. Who knows? Who even knows? That was an interesting demonstration, wasn't it? Crow Boys couldn't even see my Crow's technology. My screen blended that technology so fast, they couldn't see it. And they're in there ranting about how my screen's too dark and this, that, and the other. Man, I tell you, be careful. I got a way of doing things that'll shock you. So let's see what's going on with this. Let's see what we got to do. All right. That's my phone falling. I was going to come back and get the tape for that, but I knew it was going to fall. Now, I love it when my phone falls, and I'll tell you why. Some people say, we send his videos. Nope, not that either, because when you watch this video, you're going to see that phone fall flat. I don't edit my videos. Just taping this down real good. A little tape. All right, now, one of the things I noticed that when I watch these demonstrations, I tell you, I watch a lot of demonstrations, corners are too dark. And this is with high professional screens too. We're going to put the high-end professional screens on this white surface, so you can see exactly how they test them and why they consider them to have such great contrast level, because they don't test them on anything darker. At least test them against another dark gray screen, or at least humor us and just basically make a dark screen paint and put your technology against it. But they don't do it. They do it against a white screen because their screen is always going to come out looking much more superior and much more better. We call that cutting corners. And that comes from, that's the same thing I replied to the big companies also. But with this particular individual, like I said, if I display that black silver, I guarantee you, bar none, you will see me do contrast levels on that screen. What's the point of doing bright levels? As I said, if the screen paint's gray, it's going to produce bright levels anyway. Let's put something on the screen that it's not supposed to do. Same thing like the black technology. I do a lot of white levels on there to show you how high the white levels are. No point in doing contrast, the screen's black. So I never see demonstrations done on this because what they'll do is they'll paint the screen in, put in a poorly lit environment, hit it with a high power projector, and go, voila, the image looks incredible. I told you, you don't want us reviewing your stuff. Trust me. So So I'm going to take some of this out. I don't know if I have this already painted on here, but we'll see what we have here. No, I was wrong. We don't. That's black technology. That right there is gray. But let's roll this on. All right. Phone cord out of the way. Go over that. Now, I told you before, if his screen does not produce a white level as high as the white screen, that's not a bad thing. It's a normal thing. Because you can't expect for his screen to be able to produce a white level as high as a white screen, because that's virtually impossible. Only a white screen can produce a white level that high. Okay? So this is where it makes him to be a bit of a, I'm not going to say the word for it, but you know what I'm getting at. When he tries to say, well, the black screens don't produce a high enough white level to match a white surface. Are you kidding me? Your screen can't even do that. So you shouldn't make statements that you can't back up, because I will help you out with that. Now, as I said before, no screen can produce a white level like a white screen. Only a white screen has the capability to produce a white level that high, right? Like black screens. Black screens are the only technology that has the ability to produce a contrast level that a white screen can't do or a gray screen can't do. Now, somebody will try to say, well, I saw that demonstration where you fooled the Crow Boys into thinking that that was your screen up there only, when actually Crow's screen was right in the middle of that. And they'll say, well, Mr. Bird, that means his screen paint is really that good because it was able to blend into a black screen. That's what you would think, right? No. It means a black screen that someone has been painting that's so dark that nobody can't see it could blend in his screen so well that a Crow Boy couldn't even see it. And not only that, if I were to switch that onto a star field, any form of contrast level, then where would that screen be on the same level? It wouldn't be on the same level. Can't produce contrast. So it wouldn't be on the same level. So that's why I told the Crow Boys, come on in. Speak your opinion. Say all the nasty things you want to say. And you were sitting there the whole entire time slandering my screen. At the same time, you were slandering his. Because you couldn't see it. Because our screen was produced in a high enough white level to mimic the screen. Make you think, don't it? So next time you come in there and you start running your mouth off, you never know if his technology may be laying against our screen and you won't even see it. Until we put on the contrast level and change it. Yeah, well, like I said, humility is the best lesson of life. It is. Everybody has to learn it. I had to learn it. There was a point in my life, believe it or not, when I first started my company. No, I think I first started my company. Around the second time around, I was working on some other screen paints. And I ruined a very good contract for myself. Very, very good contract. It's a very good company because I became arrogant. I became extremely arrogant because I beat a certain company. Of course, we put the documents down there for those of you who want to say that. It's not real, it's fake. It's fake, the documents are real. Well, you know, you can do me a favor. In those documents I presented, you can call that lawyer if you dare, because I wouldn't. He's a bit of a shark. And yeah, those papers are real. So we did go against you-know-who, and we did do what you-know-who to you-know-who, and ended up getting a blah, 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 blah from you-know-who. Which means, like I said, if a big company like that took the time to say that our technology had potential, what opinion does Crow have or anybody else has? Don't care. Anyway, let's move on from there. And also to understand that in that document that you read, if you did read it, it didn't say that we had this, that they had to stay away from us. We had to stay away from them. That's why anytime somebody says, well, why don't you do a test against so and so and so? There's certain screens I can't do tests against because there's orders where we can't actually ever do demonstrations against them at all. If they thought the freaking stuff that we designed back in 2015 was a freaking nightmare, well, the stuff we have now is way beyond that. All right, we're done here. Let's throw this up on a fan. Dry this out. Put it over here. Stand you guys up straight. All right. There you go. I could, like I said, I try to be fair. Now, I've seen this individual try to take our product down to Home Depot and try to make it so forth. Crow, this is very close to a D5K I used to make back in 2012. I bet you I can make that formula right now. And not only can I blow out this technology you have right here, but I can take your very technology right now and advance it 5 times over and use it to blow out your original stuff. But I show people how to make it. But I'm not going to do that because, see, if I do that, that puts me on his level. And that means that I'd be a man trying to take bread off another man's table. But I could advance this man to a level, man, that you wouldn't even freaking believe. It's a shame you weren't nicer to me. There's so much stuff I could show you. And I'm going to have some people saying, what do you mean so much stuff you can show them? Well, we do have a gray screen downstairs that produces a contrast level, even though it's gray, right? And it did blow out a $5,000 projection screen. As a matter of fact, it blew out a $5,000, $3,000, a $1,400 projection screen. And it did produce a dark contrast demonstration star field outside on 1,000 lumens. So if we can advance a gray screen to do that, what do you think we could do to that? All right, so let's see if you pull up a high enough white level. We're going to use a Christie 5.4 L4, L4, no, LW, L400, yeah, some power on this bad boy. We're going to get a power cord. You know, it's funny. It would have been interested. I had got the comment on that screen when we blended Crow's technology and the Crow boys couldn't tell. And they were saying it was too dark. It was discolored. Oh, man, I would love for someone to come in there saying using camera tricks. That would have been a good one. But like I said, you never know. In any demonstration, I could have that screen against that 12, and you would never know. So be careful what kind of comments you make. I sent that video to my business partners. They're watching it now. I left your comments intact. I didn't ban not one of you. Well, you can stay in as long as you want because I have other videos set up for you too. All right, so let's put on some white levels. Where's the Chromecast at? Wait. Shoot. Suspension is a good thing. All right, let me find phone. I need to bring up. Now, like I said, I'm not going to slander him by saying that, oh, his screen's so dark you can't even see the image. No. Any gray screen or any screen darker than white screen, it's not going to pull up a 100% white level. It's impossible. Only white screens can pull 100% white level. That's what he should have said in this demonstration, but he didn't do that because his mindset is basically thinking that he has the most superior screen paint on the face of the planet and no one can beat him. All right, so let's grab something right here. Need a charge for this. All right. Now, I'm going to be nice. I'm not going to take you outside. So today is a good day for you. Only our technology goes out today. We have to go play outside. Because right now, I do have a sample sheet of that sun killer. And it is nice and sunny right outside right now. take you outside and put you side by side to that technology right now at that screen at 1% and watch you disappear. But I'm not going to do that. I'm going to wait till the screen is 100% full capacity, and then I'll take everybody outside to play. Excuse me. I'm loading this up on my Chromecast. My phone's a little slow. This is a Neo 1. I need to find me another old like Android phone, like a really good one, man. I want another. I just might just go down on my business account and just grab me another phone. I got my phone off my business account for like pretty much next to nothing. So I think I'm just gonna buy me another one and just use that one just for doing videos, and the other one just make phone calls on. But I think that's what I'm gonna do. Come on, let's play nice. Now, to be fair, his screen is wet, which means it could be darker because the screen is wet. So let's dry the screen for him, because you have to be fair in this. We'll let the screen dry. Now, keep in mind, when I show off my black technology, I always show you a white screensaver, do I not? Yes, I do. And what I'll do is I'll take other screens that are lighter than my screen, and I'll stick those screens against my screen, and I'll show you that white level on our technology. And then I'll go in and I'll show you demonstrations of different colors, and you'll watch those screens fade. We did the same thing with Crows too. It did fade against a black screen, because only a black screen is going to produce a brighter and more deeper color than any other gray screen because it's black. So it still falls in the same category as the other gray screens. It still has all the flaws as the other gray screens. But the funny thing about it is, we can take that technology and throw it against the, interesting technology, the black silver. And the black silver can mimic the screen where it actually disappears and it's not even there. And then not only that, it produces a higher contrast level than a Dark Star 9, which is actually darker than Crow's paint. Now, I told you before, it's even written on the descriptions of my website that the white levels on our technology will be slightly darker, but nothing that would actually discredit or basically disrupt the picture quality. I said it many times in demonstrations that there's no way in the world that you can get a black or gray screen to ever produce a white level like a white screen. The problem we have here is with this individual is that he doesn't show you this at all. All he shows you is the bottom line is that black screen's images are so dark when it comes to white levels. Well, what about yours? How does your screen paint compare to white levels? You don't show anybody that, but I'll show you it. Cutting corners. It's supposed to show you everything. I'll show you the flaws in the technology, what it can do, what it can't do, but he doesn't do that. He just wants to make it seem like his product is perfect 24/7, and that's not true. Just like white screens. White screens produce amazing white levels, but they don't produce color correctly, they don't produce contrast correctly, and they fade like there's nobody's business and a lot of light. if our screens, like I said, were so dark that you couldn't see them, then in any of my demonstrations, you wouldn't be able to make out A from B. And you can. You can even see the one I have sitting on top of my ceiling. As I said, this is a screen on top of my ceiling with a light fixture in the middle of it. And you saw me watching the football game off the ceiling with the lights on. Nobody does demonstrations on that level. Like my friend said, he watched that demonstration. He watched every last one. I can move anywhere I want in that environment. Every last one of the screens will pop on and all that light. And there's one up on the ceiling. Now, what he should have told you, to be fair, he should have said, hey, look, my levels are good. My contrast is okay. Because it's not going to match a black screen. It's not going to happen. The colors are good, so forth. But when it comes to white levels compared to a white screen, it's going to be a tad low. That's what he should have said. But he didn't tell you that. Oh, he just preaches with black screens. The white levels are horrible. They're horrible. You can't see the screen. They're so dark. No, that's what happens when you take a Crow UV mix and you stick it against a dark gray screen. Now, if he takes any one of his lighter mixes and says, well, guess what? I can take my lighter mix, I can put it against a white screen, and the bright, I wouldn't say the bright levels would be the same, because then that means you would unflaw, you'd be under the same flaws of a screen paint that can't produce contrast, which means your screen would fade out just like a white screen would. So then where do you stand there? Screen's dry. Yeah, it's dry. All right, so like I said, he's going to be able to produce color. Yeah, better than the white screen because it's a darker screen. But to produce white levels the same as a white screen, as something he didn't show you, and he should have showed you this, no, he's going to have problems. I've done mine already. I've done all my screens already. I've done these demonstrations over and over and over again. So you're late, my friend. Move on, Danny. I love when people come in and say, oh, do yours already. I've done them already. Anyone who's ever been on my channel knows I do these demonstrations all the time. I show you my demonstrations. We're going to see his today. All right, screen's dry. All right. Now, as I told you before, any screen that is going to be darker than a white screen is not going to have the ability to match a white screen. That's automatically going to happen, including his technology. But he should have showed you this from the door. You should have been able to see this from the door. But he's not going to show you that. But like I said, he's still going to be able to pick up color better than the white screen. He's just not going to be able to pick up those white levels as high as he says he's picking them up. Screen's dry already. It's already dry. So you're late. Goodbye. All right, let's see what happens. So you already know from the door it's not going to pick up those white levels, right? Let's see what happens if we bring up a star field. How much of an improvement is he having contrast levels on a star field?
Make a plan, vote early. Make sure your friends, family, co-workers, neighbors, everybody has a plan.
Now, which one here,
This
hold on for a minute,
is part of
that look familiar right there? You see how close I get up on my screens when I show off white levels? They come up white.
our responsibility as a democracy.
You really think you're seeing black, don't you? It's a shame some people's eyes are not trained for it. When your eyes are trained to seeing jet black images all the time, you can actually see that the image comes up gray. See, it's gray, not black. All right, let's pull up red. Right. See, no difference, people. These colors are coming out too dirty. Even on a white level, comes out dirty. And I go against screens like the what's it called? What's that screen called? The Great Cinema 5D, which is lighter than my screen. And keep in mind, Crow Boys, I was able to blend this screen. You couldn't tell which one was which, could you? Because my white levels were that high. So I wouldn't even come in here and put in your expertise. I will post that link at the bottom where you thought that my screen was standing alone when my screen was actually blending into his. And his screen is actually, my screen's darker than his. Now, if he wants to go on about white screens, you haven't done a good enough job testing your stuff. No, you're not an expert. You're a headache. Goodbye. An expert would be Screen Innovation, who basically already had ideas on our technology. You're not an expert. There you go. Let's see, go closer. Let me show you something real quick. We look at this. Keep it on there because I want you to see that. Let me show you something. What were you saying? See how I can't pick up contrast? Look at the contrast doesn't pick up on the black screen. Look at that. What were you saying? What were you saying? My screen doesn't even come up dark. Look at that. You can't even pick up proper blues. Look at that. What were you saying on the skin tones? See how dark that paint is next to a black screen. My screen's jet black. What were you saying? By white levels on my black technology? All right, I thought so. Look at that. No contrast. Can't even pick up contrast. But I can mimic that technology. This is 12 technology. Goodbye. Gotta go. I get tired of schooling you jokers. Not y'all. My people who support me, I love you to death. But I'm talking about people who are naysayers, they want to judge my technology. Look at my white levels. You see them coming up dark and dirty like that over there? No. Because a bar black technology can produce white levels. What were you saying? What were you talking about? You don't even know what you're talking about. Don't come on my channel talking trash. I'll back it up. If I'm blowing out screens, if I got screens that I'm testing against high performance certified screens, heck, the freaking, Cinema Grade 5D is actually lighter than that screen right there. And we can blend that screen with no problem on black technology. This is a cakewalk. Yeah, all right. You know why there's nothing different about it? And I'll tell you why. It's house paint. That's it. That's what it is. You have to be to show a difference in the technology. Do you have any idea when you go to a test facility that they told you they will pull out every trick in the book to try to degrade your product so they can give you a cheap level contract and say, okay, you got something there, but we'll give you this, you know what I mean, so and so and so, and then probably take your technology, build it, and make it better, and then take it from you. Yeah, blah, blah, blah. Well, buddy, you just saw it there, and goodbye. You just saw the demonstration. You said my screen. For anyone who sat there and said, hey, put it against your screen and see what happens, I just did. And my screen's black. So what? Nothing else to say? Okay, then. Let's move on. I do my homework. I know what my technology can do. I can take that gray screen, which is lighter than my screen, and I can blend into his screen on skin tones and bring the camera up close so you can see it. His white levels in his screen are too dark. They're way too dark. I'm not done with the demonstration yet. We've still got more to go. All right, so we're going to come out of here. And let's bring up, let me see. Let's bring up. See, that's what I'm saying. They get mad when I sit there and say, they stay run out their mouth and say, oh, well, why don't you test it against your stuff? And I'll take it and put it up there. And then what do they say? They come back with insults because I just proved you wrong. You really thought that if I put his screen paint against that screen on white skin tones just like this, you really thought my paint was going to come up that dark, didn't you? Really thought that, didn't you? Man, you have much to learn. Much to learn, Crow Boys. You have so much to learn. Goodbye. I'm not bothering with you today. All right, let's move from there. Let's bring up the color red. Let's bring up a solid color red. Oh, wait. Should I put my hands across it or should I just... I think I'll smear it this way. Put some right here. There. That. So that paint turned red. It was black in my hand at one point, wasn't it? And now it starts to turn red. You know why? Because our technology can read color. Oh, yes it can. And goodbye. Crow Boys are mad. You couldn't even tell you something. Not only can it read color, you couldn't even tell my screen over his screen. And our screen's black and we blended the screen. So you answer me, how come you couldn't see that? Oh, you can't? All right, then there you go. I say bye-bye, Felicia. Goodbye. Just got finished matching his screen on my screen over here. The skin tones. What color is that screen turning now? It's turning red. That paint was just black in my hands, wasn't it? So if it can't read color, how come the screen is showing red on the white screen and on Crow's Mix? It's showing red, a deeper, darker red, as the screen starts to dry. It can't read color? It's reading color right now. Hey, how y'all doing? How y'all doing? Well, if it's paint, and I guess what you say it is, how about you do a demonstration outside, Starfield demonstration, 13 feet back, 1,000 lumens, and I want to see it on a Starfield demonstration. Post it 2 days. I want to see it under this video. People, we're going to check back at, let's see, Dammit, I think that's his name. He's going to do a video for us showing us that he can make it himself. And he's going to do a demonstration for us that he's going to post at the bottom of the link of this video. Have it tomorrow. As a matter of fact, have it tomorrow. Oh, no. You just said it's just paint. So if it's just paint, you can do the same thing too. So I would like to see that video. We all like to see that video. So we'll be looking forward to seeing it. All right? All right, buddy. We know you got a YouTube account. So you just flashed it right there when you came into the channel. So we'll wait for the video. I want to see it. I can't wait. All right, so that's what he's going to agree to. He's going to do that. And anybody's going to come in and make a statement, it's just paint, that's all it is. You got to back it up. Come on, man, back it up. All right, cool. We'll be waiting. Tomorrow I'll come back in and I'll look at the bottom of the link and see if you post your link. All right, cool. There he goes. He's going to post for us tomorrow. He's going to do the exact same thing. Outside, 1,000 lumens. I can't wait. Dude, we got screen paint that can take a direct hit from sunlight. You want to do that one too? Let me ask you a question. You want to do the matter of fact, you want to do the one we have called the Project Sun Killer? You want to do the demonstration? I'm going to ask you a question. Do you want to do the demonstration to... No, you just said paint is paint. That's what you said, right? So we got a screen paint that can take a direct hit from sunlight. You want to do that one? Okay, challenge accepted. Tomorrow, we will wait to see the video right here. Oh, you never saw Project Sun Killer, have you? Yeah, we got a screen paint can take a direct hit from sunlight. But he's going to do the same demonstration. He's going to post it here tomorrow for us to see. Oh, Eric seems to be a little upset. Well, Eric, you could do the same thing with car paint. Go get some car paint, do the same demonstration. Sunlight, 12 o'clock. Yeah, that paint's red. And guess what? It was black when I had it in my hands. It is now red. Oh, yeah, the Crow boys never freaking learn, do you? I'm looking forward to it, man. I'm looking forward to you doing that demonstration. As a matter of fact, you want to see the demonstration? Should I show it to you on my office screen? You want to see it on there? Or do you want me to post a link? You and post the link. Oh, so you're thinking that, all right, so Major T-Pain or Major Pain, whatever your name is. If I show you this video, right? If I show you this video of our screen paint taking on sunlight, that means that makes you a certified sissy boy, right? You want to make that agreement? If I show you a demonstration right now of us showing you this, you agree that you'll be a certified sissy boy. Agree to it. I'm asking you, agree to it. Say yes or no. Say yes or no, do you basically agree to being a certified sissy boy? If I show you a demonstration. It's actually a code name for the technology, but again, do you agree to be a certified sissy boy? If I show you this demonstration, you ain't gonna do it. Education of a 6-year-old, I'm sorry, but the demonstrations I do put me way beyond that, buddy. Way beyond that. As a matter of fact, the fact that you can't do it kind of gives you that education yourself. Now, are you going to agree to that? Because I'm about to type it in right now. Come on now. Agree to it. Come on, man. Just agree to it. Just say yes. You're going to agree to it. Say yes. Say yes. Say yes. Say yes. Say yes. Just say yes. Just say yes. So all you got to do is just say yes. So all you got to do is just say yes. Come on. You okay? So you're going to do the same. Oh, wait. I'm sorry. Wrong demonstration. This was 1100 lumens outside. You got to do that one too. Oh yeah, that's the one we did 1100 lumens. Well, like I said, we'll see it down at the bottom. But let's show you that demonstration. You got to see that. That's because your IQs are not up there, man. You don't work for anything, man. You don't do anything. And let me ask you a question. If you were supporting by my product, why are you so obsessed with my work? Because I find you in my chat rooms, in my rooms all the time. You're always in here. You got to be obsessed with me. I get you right now. I guarantee you that your girlfriends and wives hear my name all the time. It got to be Kenny this and Kenny that, because you guys are obsessed with me. You're always in the room. Every time I block you, you change your tags. You come back in. You are obsessed. This is a channel set up for adults, and you're grown men or women coming into the room constantly. You don't work? Do you work? Do you have a job? Do you do something? No, you don't. You don't do anything. You probably sit outside in the front of your house on a broken lawn chair and scream at cars and sell oranges on I-95. I guarantee you. I don't think you do anything. I really don't. I don't think you do anything. You don't buy the product, but yet this is your job. Your job is to come in here. It doesn't bother me at the end of the day, man. I still get paid. At the end of the day, I still got contracts. At the end of the day, I can show what my product can do. Well, what do you do? Honestly. Besides coming here and basically obsessed with me. You're obsessed with me. That's what it is. Because if you weren't, you wouldn't be in here. I'm not obsessed with any of the companies. Like any of the companies I do demonstrations against, I just watch their demonstrations. I don't contact or call them. Nope. But you're obsessed. You have to be in here. You have to be here all the time, putting your 2 cents in. And keep in mind, think about it. While I'm showing you these demonstrations, I'm doing this in a fully lit room with all this light hitting my screen with my projector behind that, but you don't see any of that. You don't take note to all that, do you? But you in my room, you don't bother me. You know what you Crow Boys do for me? You inspire me to work harder. See, when someone tells me I can't do something, I work harder to prove that I can. That's what I do. Here you go, buddy. This is what you're going to have to do tomorrow. See that screen right there? Producing that image outside, that's a technology at 1% done. There it is right there. You want me to post a link for you to see it for yourself? No, I want to see the demonstration. I can't wait for you to see the demonstration right there. Look at that. Outside, look at the sun hitting that window right there. Look at that. That technology is at 1% done. Which means when it maximizes at 100%, There's nothing that'll stand against it. You want to see how much light is hitting the screen from inside the house? So much light is filtering through that screen, you can't even see it. That's rear technology, which means that projector is traveling 5 feet and pushing through a screen that has sunlight pushing right through the other end. Look how much sunlight's hitting the grass. Look at that. I want you to look at that. Nobody has technology like that. It's not even on the glass. It's rear projection technology. It's not even on the glass. It's sitting outside. You want to see the sun? Hold on. I'm going to show you Mr. Sun. It's jealousy, man. It's jealousy. That's all. No, you're going to go against this screen right here. I told you that. I want to see a demonstration of you outside, 12 o'clock, and I want to see it post at the bottom of this video. And I'll put this link here. See right there? See the sun right there? See that beautiful sun hitting that screen? All right, people. So with that being said, me backing up everything, because I back up everything that I do. I don't come in and talk trash. I back it up. Mr. Daniels, Mr. Daniels. Mr. Daniel has agreed to post a demonstration where he said he's going to do the exact same demonstration in the sunlight, showing a demonstration of whatever, and we can't wait to see it. So I'm looking forward to seeing it, Daniel. You post at the bottom. Right now, I'm going to put you on a timeout because you seem to be ranting right now. So I'm going to put you on a timeout, okay? All right, so you calm down. We'll put you on the timeout. You're ranting right now. So he's not blocked. I put him on a timeout for the time being because if I block him, he can't do the video, and I want to do the video. So he's just on a temporary timeout for right now. So Daniel has agreed to do a demonstration. Keep in mind, there's no demonstration going to be shown. Nobody's going to show that demonstration. Just like when we did the demonstration against the Ultimate Challenge, challenging any company, anybody, just not Crow, anybody, to be able to mimic that demonstration or better. You notice when I scroll down, there's nobody there. Nobody's posting anything. So, people want to come in, they want to rant about our technology, they want to say it's this and say it's that, but no one's able to back it up. Dude, I wouldn't say anything about Black Diamond. I really wouldn't bring that up, to tell you the truth. You're kind of making a fool out of yourself. I really wouldn't say that. You need to bounce out of this video, go into my next video, and look at the documents that I just posted about Screen Innovation. And then I would be quiet about opening my mouth about that, because you will embarrass yourself pretty badly on that one. I got people right now that are watching this that are laughing at you because, yeah, I don't care if you own one. You might want to go back and look at that document I posted about that. So keep in mind before you start running your mouth, because after this video posted, there are going to be people laughing at you because they know the story between us and Screen Innovation. So I wouldn't brag about that right now. Yeah, you paid what for? You paid $5,000 for a screen that what? Yeah. Well, like I said, take the time. I'll post a link here for the document. You can read through it, Major, and then you get back with me later about that. But yeah, it's good you paid $5,000 for a screen, but okay. When you read that document, you're going to be pretty upset that you paid $5,000 for a screen, but all right. Wow, big money. Wow. Big deal. Really? Dude, I have Chrissy projectors in here. These are $6,000 projectors. What are you talking about? Big deal. What are you talking about, big deal? You're $5,000. Please, give me a break, man. Are you kidding me? You're bragging about a $5,000 screen? Are you kidding me? I know people will have Black Diamonds at a... You're talking about... And keep in mind, if you paid $5,000 for it, your screen is only 100 inches. I got customers who have paid for 150-inch Black Diamond. I got customers over in Dubai who have systems that'll make that $5,000 setup look like nothing. You know what barcodes are? You know what a barcode projector is? Bet you don't even know. What about Ronco? You know what any of those projectors are? Let me ask you a question. What projector do you have on your Black Diamond? I'll ask you a question. What projector do you have on your Black Diamond? I asked you a question. Oh, they don't hold a torch. Yeah, you read through that document, you'll find out. But anyway, what projector do you have on your Black Diamond? Major LT. An Epson? That's what you have on there? Wow. And I guarantee you that thing looks sorry. When I tell you why, Black Diamonds aren't black and can't produce 100% contrast levels. They're gunmetal. Doesn't make a difference what your projector is. It still can't produce contrast. But I would like to see that demonstration. As a matter of fact, do me a favor. Not only do I want to see the demonstration, no, the only one I want to do is demonstration. Can you give me a 190-degree viewing angle outside on 1,000 lumens on that screen? All right, we'll look forward to seeing that tomorrow. All right, so we got Major LT is going to do a demonstration. He's going to post it here, and he's going to take his Black Diamond outside on 1,000 lumens, and he's going to pull up on a 190-degree viewing angle of a Starfield demonstration. Oh, do me a favor too, when you do that, just take some everyday black paint, put it on a piece of paper, and stick it against your screen. I want to see if the black paint will pull up a better contrast level than your Black Diamond. That's all I'm asking. And after that, I'm going to put you on a timeout for a little bit. We're not going to block them. We're just going to put them in timeout. He doesn't know the documents that we posted about Screen Innovation on how they were interested in our technology back in 2015. And those documents, they had an attorney come after us and asked us to remove any videos, any demonstrations, that anything linked to their products. But that document, like I said, you'll find out. You paid $5,000. We're talking about people pay $5,000 for a projection screen. You hear about that? Is that crazy? And here is, I got a setup in here, a true black screen. It's called a Black Diamond, but it's gunmetal, and I got a true black screen. And my setup right now can produce 100% contrast, crazy white levels. And keep in mind, I can do mine in fully lit demonstrations. I haven't seen anybody do any demonstrations, and like I said, like I have. Show me one company that's doing demonstrations on my level. There's none. They have to use expensive projectors in order to make the screen look good. I don't have to use expensive projectors. I can use a 1,000 lumen projector. I can go to eBay and get a 720p projector that can look incredible. But they have to spend so much money to do that. Buddy, let me tell you something. You see the lens and this Christie right here? That's $3,000 for that lens. My Christie cost me $230. That lens on that Christie would cost you $3 grand. My lens and my projector cost more than his projector. Just the lens by itself. See, what you got to understand is when you get to top tier projectors, you get to Ronco. It's not the ViewSonics. It's not the JVCs. It's not the Optimas. It's the Christie, Roncos, and Barcodes. Those are the top three high-end projectors. Go check out go on eBay and find out how much it costs for a 1080p. This is not an ultra short K and a laser 4K projector. No, I'm talking about just a 1080p ultra short though projector made by Christie will cost you $3,500, and that's used. Not brand new, used. That's how expensive these projectors are. When these projectors go down, parts are not going to be cheap. My filters right now on the side of my projector will cost me $100 to replace. These are expensive projectors. The parts for them are expensive. So before someone goes off saying, well, yeah, so no, my parts on my projector alone are more expensive than the average projector. If you were to buy, this projector came out around in 2012. 2012, they were like $6,000, $7,000. That's in 2012. those lenses on these things are still worth a couple $1,000s. Let me show you some right here. So I got to educate people on projectors. Let me show you something here so you know what real projectors look like. You see this right here? I can interchange my lenses anytime I want on this projector. I can make a short throw, I can make a long throw, I can make an extended throw, I can make it anything I want because I can change out my lenses at will. If you can't do that on your projector, then that's a low-grade projector. I'm sorry, but that's true. These are the big boys. These are called top-tier projectors. Now, you have these right here, this projector right here. This projector has edge blending software, which means I can take 2 of these projectors, put them together, 3 of them, 4 or 5, and they will all link together and blend together. But that's not a top-tier projector. That's a Sony VPO FH36. You see this big boy right here? This is a 10,000 lumen projector right here. I can take this and put this on my corner, and I can show Star Wars in your bathroom with this bad boy. On this projector, everything is automatic. On this projector, it's a $20,000 projector. See the size of it? How big this bad boy is? This is a very powerful projector. Let me show you right here. This is these lenses right here. So these projectors right here, which is the NEC 1150. You know anything about the NEC 1150? NEC 1150s are cheap projectors, but they do have the ability to change out the lenses. This is an extra extension lens. This is a mid lens. You know the difference between a mid lens and extension lens? See, when you want to start talking about projectors and stuff, I can break it down. I can tell you about the parts, everything, upgrades and everything to make the projector more advanced, to make it much more better. You see this right here? This is a short throw lens for a Chrissy. Do you have any idea how much this freaking lens costs? It's a short throw lens. Short throw lenses are extremely expensive. Next to them would be ultra short throw lenses. So you're talking about a $7,000 lens right here I have in my hand. This is the filter that goes on a Chrissy. This is $100, $100 for this one little piece to put on your projector so you could filter the dust out of it. Would cost you $100. I know parts. Because not only I repair my stuff too. I don't have to take my stuff to the repair shop. I can actually upgrade my projectors at will. Now, where is the lens? Let me show you this right here. This is the lens to a Chrissy. $3,000. That's what the lens would cost you. If I wanted to buy a lens like this is just a manual lens, $3 grand. Because it goes to this bad boy right here. Now, if I want to change out my lens, one hand, that's it. It's already in. Can you do that with your projector? If I want a short throw, all I gotta do is buy the lens. Short throw. Ultra short throw, short throw. I don't have to buy any other projector because this projector does everything. I can change out the lenses to anything I want. So instead of me going out and spending the money for a short throw lens or any other nonsense, or anything else, I got to buy a brand new projector. I got all 3 projectors in there. That projector takes 6 different lenses. There's my second one right there. I own 2 of them. There's another Chrissy right there. It's mine, the black Chrissy right there. That lens right there, $3 grand for that lens. So keep in mind, my lens alone, when the dude's bragging about how much he paid for his projector, my lens alone in my projector costs about as much as his projector. Just the lens by itself. Those are called top tiers. Now, when you start getting into Roncos aren't really that expensive. When you start getting into Barcode, now you're talking about a whole nother universe of freaking projectors that are insanely expensive. A Barcode lens will cost you 10 grand. $10,000 for Barcode lens. You think I'm joking? Go on eBay, do your research, check it out, find out how much it's going to cost you. Now, if I wanted to get that lens I showed you upstairs, which was that Christie short throw lens, I couldn't understand why the person who sold me the projector at $100. when I went on to do the eBay demonstration, and I want to blow it up, it covered the entire wall, everything. I was like, you put a short throw lens in here. Who puts a short throw lens in a projector you're going to sell for $100? And if you saw that lens upstairs, it's got ribbons in it. You see those little ribbons in there in that projector? I love when people come talking about their projectors and they really think they know so much about their projectors and they don't know anything about them. I take these things apart. I swap out my lenses. They don't have to do any of that. Change out my boards, everything. So let me show you the difference. All right. So when you buy a lens, you pay a lot of money for something you don't know how to install in. All right. These lenses right here have a quick release button on the top. See how this is made? This is still automatic. With this projector right here, there's a little sensor on the side. It connects right there to that sensor right there. Now what that sensor does is basically Christie's constantly all the time use autofocus, which means when you hear my projector going click, 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 that's the lens constantly focusing the image every time I change the image. Like if something changes per frame or whatever, these things constantly always focus. All right, now, see the difference between this one right here and this one? See the difference? This is a quick release, which means all you got to do is take that in, you're done. This one, on the other hand, requires some surgery, which means you have to take apart the entire projector, the entire interface, all the screws. If you've never taken apart a Christie before and removed the lens, you don't know what you're in for. There are screws all over that thing. So I had to find out every last screw on the Christie, removed every last thing off, pull off the interface, all that stuff had to be taken out. And then once you get inside, there's going to be a motherboard up there, and there's going to be 3 ribbons in that motherboard. You're going to have to pull those tabs out, each one of them out, one by one by one. Little tiny, delicate pins. So this is actually connected into the motherboard inside the projector. This one, on the other hand, isn't. So if you buy one of these and you see these little pieces right here, here, and here, so you don't see no ribbons, and you just see here, here, and here, not only are you going to have to replace all the ribbons on here, but you're going to have to rethread them back in here, which this is going to have to be taken apart, and then you're going to have to actually connect these back into the motherboard. And then put all this back in without basically damaging anything, because you literally have to take apart the motherboard just to get to that. But what some people will do is they'll take these out, take all the ribbons out, and just say, here, there's a lens right here for so-and-so and so. If you don't know what you're looking at, and you don't see these little things right here and here and here, that means you're going to have to basically put the new ribbons in, and you're going to have to thread that through that motherboard, or it's not going to read that lens at all. Because these lenses were made to automatically focus. You hear them clicking all the time. Clicking, 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 clicking. They're automatically focusing. But either way, that is going to cost you more than this one, because this is a short throw lens. So short throw lens would probably cost you about a good maybe $5-6 grand. This will cost you about $3,000. You probably get it for less. Sometimes you maybe get it for 15. It depends on who you're dealing with. But if you get it for 15, you got to ask yourself, is it going to work? Because that's a lot of money to put for a lens for it not to work. Then I see some of them. Now, when you get the barcodes are different. These Christies, you will get a lens with a Christie. Barcode, you will not get a lens with a barcode. If you get a lens with a barcode, now you're talking about $8,000, $9,000 for a projector. If you find one for around $500, maybe $600, that means there's a good chance that the lens is missing. And if the lens is not there, that means the person who added the projector sold the lens, because the lens is actually worth more than the projector since it's used. He probably sold it. So sometimes what they'll do is they'll blur the picture, right? Just to blur it. So when you look at it, you think there's a lens there, when there actually isn't, because when you look inside, you'll see 4 screws right here, and that'll tell you that the lens is actually removed from here. Someone took the lens out. So they'll charge you $500 for the projector, no lens, maybe no lamp. And then you'll have to go out and spend maybe $3,000 for a new lens to put in. And then you're going to have to turn around and find the remote control for it, because sometimes remote controls can be a bit expensive. Sometimes $150, sometimes $100 for a remote control for a projector like this. And then you're going to have to get the lamp. And the lamp could cost you anywhere from $200 to $300. And that's just for the parts to put it back together so you can use it. And you're talking about $3 grand for a projector. Okay. Okay. That's what you call a top tier projector. Now, barcodes are worse. You can spend, somebody saw a barcode for sale for $60,000. Used $60,000. The only problem the person had with it was that the projector kept cutting it on and off. That could be some motherboard issues right there. That's something you don't want to play around with, because that part can cost you even more. And that was on sale for 60 grand. Now, when I showed you the projector upstairs, the Chrissy projector that has the ribbons, that short throw projector, those projectors like that don't come like this. Like if you look at this right here, see this projector right here is a difference. You got to know projectors doing that. Notice there's no piece here, right? Now come over here. Not all Chrissy projectors look the same, but you got a piece here. This lens right here is designed to take a smaller lens. So this right here is called a manual lens on a Chrissy. When you look at it, it doesn't extend past the casing. So that's a manual lens. You have to know what you're looking at. Look at it real carefully. See how it looks? See how it's tucked inside? That's a manual lens. That's a normal lens. Now look at this one. See how the lens sticks out a little farther? This is an extended lens, which means an extended lens means you can have a projector. If you have a professional theater system set up and say your screen is all the way back there where them kitchen windows are at, you can take your projector, set it here, and it would shoot a narrow image all the way past all that and hit that screen perfectly without spreading all over the environment. Now, if you did that with a projector that didn't have that particular capability, what's going to happen is if you pull that projector back, the bigger the screen's going to get, and it's going to cover everything in your environment. It's going to hit the seats, it's going to hit everything. And people don't think about that. They think all lenses are the same. All right, so I'm going to show you this again. Look at the lens. Now, keep in mind, you're not taking me off track of my work. Anybody who watches my demonstrations knows that I add a little tidbits of this, that, and the other in here just to have some fun. But look at the front of the projector now. Same projector, looks the same, right? This is a LW400. What's the difference between the LW400 and the LX400? The LX400 is a 4,000 lumen projector, XGA 720p, where the LX is basically WXGA at 4,000 lumens. They're both the same projector. They're just off by basically one's actually an XGA and one's actually WXGA. That's basically about it. But some people wouldn't know that. They pick them up. Which one's which? I own 6 of them, so that's how I know which one's which. Because in order to figure out exactly which one was which, I bought them all. Now look at this one. This is also an LXW400. Same thing on the floor, right? But look at the lens on this one. See how the lens sticks out? See how it doesn't have the bridge that comes across? This is an extended throw lens, which means it will shoot a narrow lens that'll hit right in here and fit that little corner just perfectly. But if I put the other one out here, it's going to hit this and all of this down there. See the lens on that Chrissy? Extended long throw lens, which means at around 16, 17 feet back, yeah, it'll just hit that screen, perfect cut right there. It won't expand around the environment. Not all Chrissy's are made the same. Oh, wait. I'll give you a little, so you can hear it click when you turn them on. They make a clicking noise, which means they're adjusting the lens. That's the lens automatically adjusting the screen that quick. That's what that little sensor is on the side that I showed you. Like I said, if you want to talk about projectors, like you got an amazing high-powered projectors, I know quite a bit about top-tier projectors. I even take these things apart and repair them. When people want to talk that trash, When the minute there's break, they have to take it to a repair shop. I fix my own when they go down. I replace my lenses. I'm actually going to get the Ultra Shorto lens for this thing too. I want it so badly. Oh, finishing off my floor. Now, also too, for the fellow who wanted to about his projector, these projectors have picture-in-picture, which means I can do multiple pictures in this machine right here. I could do, oh, we did the picture-in-picture demonstration, didn't we? Sony's have twin mode. There's my screen, right there. Now watch this. It even adjusts the lens when I turn it off to put it back in the settings that it was. When after it does clicking frame by frame, it goes back into the original setup in which it was already set when it first started off. So all I have to do is go in. That's a click. Put just as a lens right back into place. This is a remote control on my machine. So settings, picture-in-picture. I already seen his when he starts talking about, oh, I had the so and so. Are you kidding me? My lens costs just as much as your projector. Yeah. So just to let you know that if you do happen to get one of those projectors, that's the 505. If you do happen to get any of the Chrissy projectors, just be warned. If anything goes down on that projector, I don't think there's a repair shop you're going to be to take it to. And if you do take it to a repair shop, you might not get it back. Because I've heard stories about people who had Christie projectors. As a matter of fact, how I found out about a Christie projector about 5 years ago, there was a fellow who was talking about this Christie projector. And I never even heard of a Christie projector. And that's all he kept talking about, Christie. And so one day I actually bought one. I bought two of them, and I sold both of them, which was a big mistake. And I was trying to get another one for home, and I just couldn't find them. So right around this time, I started finding these Christies popping up all over YouTube. Not YouTube, but all over eBay. And I started buying them up. That's why I have 6 of them. And I know exactly what he's talking about. If you take that projector down to a shop to get it fixed, they're going to strip your projector. I guarantee you they're going to strip it. Because there are parts on that projector that are worth more than the projector. You got $6,000 or a $3,000 lens sitting in your projector right now. You know what's going to happen to it? They're going to either swap it out and give you a piece of crap. They're going to take your lens. You don't have to worry about that with any other projector. I guarantee you that. But with these projectors, barcodes, any one of those projectors, yeah, they're going to strip your projector. So that's what you're going to have to worry about, because that's one of the things he was asking the guy, do I have the original parts in there? The guy took his projector. He never got it back. He took it. Look at all the talking we were doing. Screen's dry. Look at my red handprints all over the screen. Well, it's getting kind of late. Pretty soon I got outside for a demonstration. How many people say that in theirs? I got to be outside to do a demonstration. As a matter of fact, that's what I'm doing right now. I'm actually building the screen right over there to get it ready to set up on top of there to do the demonstration on the 1,000 lumen projector. And if it passes, it's going to get that label. And it's going to be sold. I got people already lined up for it already. Especially gamers are lined up for that extreme black screen. Let's have a look at it right there. Ooh, sexy. All right. It's funny how the Crow Boys get upset because I do demonstrations against this stuff, and they get all angry, and they say, well, put your stuff against the screen. I did put it up there. And I did white levels too. I did skin tones. They get mad about that, and then they scream and rant about that. And somebody comes and talk about, oh, I got this expensive projector, blah, 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 blah. My lens costs just as much as your projector. Are you kidding me? You don't even want to know how much the motherboard costs to replace in that freaking nightmare. Can't say it's a nightmare. It's a nightmare if it breaks. My motherboard is worth, it's very, very expensive to replace. It's kind of like the equivalent if you buy, like I said, if you buy a Jaguar, you can get an old Jaguar. I had a friend of mine, like I said, he bought an old Jaguar, and the Jaguar for $1,000, and then found out when the brakes gave out on the Jaguar, it was costing $400 just for the maintenance to go into the car, because they literally had to take apart the car just to get to the brakes. So parts would cost you more on a car, that even if it's old and it's finished and whatever. And it's not because the parts cost more because it's finished. Maybe it might be hard to get the parts, because since now the product is discontinued, it may be an issue. You're getting the parts, but I've never had a problem getting the parts. Just the thing is, the problem is that the parts are still the same price as if the projector just came out. They don't go down in these particular top tier projectors. They're usually the same price. And you think when it comes to these projectors, a nightmare. I saw a barcode for $250. I even posted. I was going to buy it. I came so close to clicking that button to buy it. And some said, blow up the screen, have a look at the front of the interface of the projector. It doesn't look right. And sure enough, I saw those 4 screws in the back showing that the lens was missing. So I'm thinking, okay, they want $250 for a barcode. Now, usually these things are probably about $3 or $4 grand, but $250. Because the lens is missing. How much could a lens cost me? Can't be any worse. I mean, I could spend $2 grand for a lens. It's a barcode. It's a very, very expensive projector. So $2,000 for a projector that could easily cost me $7 or $8 grand. You know what I mean? I'm gonna see what's gonna cost me. Found out that the lens was gonna cost me 10 grand. Think about it. You got an old projector that you're not even gonna get $10,000 for. But the lens would cost you 10 grand. What are you going to do? You're going to strip out the lens and sell the projector with no lens. And that's what you'll see. A lot of them stripped out with no lens, because they'll take the lens out and they'll sell it. Because there's nowhere in the world. I would do the same thing. I'm not joking with you. If I had a projector upstairs, I mean, anybody would. If you had a projector upstairs, say if I had a $10,000 lens sitting in it, and you could only sell the projector for, because what it was only worth on the market was $600. $600, 10 grand. So keep in mind, like I said, those are the more, and then the lamps for Chrissy's, I think, no lamps for Chrissy. The lamp for Chrissy, the highest I paid for was $160. I got one for $160. I tried to get one for $50 and it was crap. It broke. It didn't work. Bought another one for $80. It was crap. It didn't work. And then I bought one from a legit company, a real one. It cost me $160. So, I paid $100 for a projector and it cost me $160 for a lamp. So, but the projector is worth it. If you're going to spend the money, it's definitely worth it. Barcode on the other hand, good luck. Cheapest lamp you can get for a barcode, the one I saw they had on display that I wanted to get was $550. That's the cheapest. Now, as I'm gonna say this real quick, because I know I'm kind of rambling here a bit. When I showed you that lens upstairs that had the ribbons in it, these projectors don't come like that. Somebody opened up that projector, knew what they were doing, and put that lens in there, because that lens was never supposed to be in that projector, but somebody put that in there. These projectors, keep in mind, like not this one, but this one right here, they can take multiple lenses. The lenses are designed to be changed out, so someone changed out the lens and put that in there. You can't buy these in a short throw. They don't exist. Somebody has to do that. But if you do want to buy a Chrissy in a short throw, you can get one for $60,000, because that's what they go for. Yep, 60 grand. No 4K. 1080p only. So next time, Crow Boys, you want to come here talking about your $3,000 projectors, well, I'll just point you to how much one of my lenses costs on my projector by itself. No projector, lens, that's it. Costs 3 grand for that lens. So if the lens costs $3,000, how much advance do you think that projector is over yours? If that's just the lens that costs 3 grand. Remember, these are top tiers. They're actually more advanced than some of the projectors you have now. Nah, whatever. But anyway, let's move on from there. We're done right now because I'm gonna go eat. Like I said, every video demonstration I do, I always do a little something different at the end. I do like chatting about projectors, so it doesn't basically, people think, oh, I'm messing up this video. No, you're not messing with videos. You go back, my videos are like this. This is how my videos are. You know what I mean? I enjoy talking and having fun, and every so once in a while, the Crow Boys get into it, and the Crow Boys literally think that they basically upset me. Don't. I thrive off of this. I do. I look forward. You hear me on camera saying, where's the Crow Boys at? Where the freaking Crow Boys at? I thought they'd be here by now. Where are they? Calling out for them. All right, Crow Boys and everybody else, hope you enjoyed the video demonstration. I got some orders to get done out here. I'm almost done, finish up my orders. We did order more containers because usually once we run out of containers, that's it. We don't process any more orders until the containers get in, but I did order some containers. They'll be here on either Wednesday or Thursday. Ship out day is on Friday, so we got plenty of time to get any spillovers that may come in. Right now, I got about 16 on the table right now. I'm going to get them out of the way and just get ready for the next ones. I know that Extreme Black is going to sell like crazy because I got people right now inboxing me already on trying to get their hands on it now because they want that super jet black screen just laying against your wall. So I got a few people waiting for that right now. So, oh man, you know, I should do one. I'm thinking about, like, I don't have any more room in the house, man. If I had some room in the house, I could set it up somewhere real nice because what I would do the wall in jet white. And I would put the lights behind it in jet white and put that super black screen up there. That'd be so sick to look at. But I ran out of room. I have no room in here to put any more screens. That's it. All right. Let me get out of here. I don't want to cause them any more problems. Not going to cause any problems, but he really should have did the demonstration correctly. All right. Gotta go.